friends, Romans, and countrymen. Welcome to another phantasmagorical episode of Schnozzcast. This is Bob, joined by my unbelievably amazing co-hosts, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Today, we have in store for you a little gentleman's agreement, Nick's existential question of the week, and we're going to close it out with pick of the week. Gentlemen, as the music fades down, how are you?
Lend me your rears.
Excuse me?
At least someone understood what I was talking about.
I did. How are you now?
Oh, not so bad. You?
Doing all right? Doing fine.
Cory?
Oh, hey.
The return for the wedding.
Yes. A triumphant one?
I would call it triumphant.
All right.
Nobody died. It was a great night.
I don't think anyone did. I haven't heard.
And you know what? We're going to cover the wedding in a whole other episode. So
Fair enough.
fine.
Absolutely.
Excelente.
Todd, how are you?
Well, let's do it now. Stupendous.
Oh, Todd got the thesaurus out tonight.
Really switching it
Word.
up.
I love it with the Colorado State T-shirt. Are you sporting a Colorado State hat as well? I can't tell.
No, sir. No, sir.
What do you got?
America needs farmers, baby. America needs farmers, baby.
That means
That's some Iowa Hawkeyes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was going to say Boston Bruins.
How are we supposed to know that?
Oh, man, I thought it was an FFA shirt.
I mean, it could have been Kansas. It could have been Oklahoma.
Couldn't.
Lots of farmers out there.
Nah. America needs farmers, baby. Iowa.
Do I need to turn your volume up? Or are you being like
I'm being
Alan Almond tonight?
I'm being laid back tonight.
It's being very sheepish.
Sheepish. Peckish.
All right.
I'm more peckish.
You're hungry?
He's preparing for Mary to come home. He's got to get that voice going.
He is. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy that you're here with us. If you want to catch us out on the streaming services, you can find us out there. We release episodes every Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can find us out on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, Audible, Amazon Music, or anywhere where you can stream a podcast. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Schnozzcast. If that's not your thing and you're like, yeah, I hear you got a podcast, but I feel like telling you what I think, and you could tell me what you think about that on your show, then you can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com. And if you're like, I don't have the time to tap out an email, I want to call and tell you what I think, or I'm going to do a short form text, you can text us or call us at 618-SHOCKER.
Did you really just say short form text message?
Shorter than an email, yeah.
Word.
Because in my head, real quickly, wheels are spinning. I'm like, what's advantageous about a text message over email? It's short form.
I think you're just old.
I'm not sure that's ever been in question. But
Or if you were a secretary and you prefer shorthand.
No, short form. Totally different, Nick.
I will send you
Two
an
things.
SMS.
Two things.
I will send you an SMS.
Now you're dating yourself and the podcast.
Well, sorry.
All right, so real quick before we get into everything, Todd, how your chickens doing? Fantastic.
I think we got a bit of a delay.
We must have a crazy delay.
Yeah.
As I said, Todd and chickens, and I got nothing.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
All right, are you with us now?
I'm here.
How are your chickens doing, buddy?
Yeah, chickens have had a rough couple weeks around here, man. I'm down 2 chickens recently. We had a chicken that disappeared, and the weird thing, my Ring had a Ring camera video of her, and one frame it stopped, and when it picked up, there was nothing but feathers. Thought there was a hawk or an eagle that got it, so I hawk and eagle proofed my yard. And while I was at work the other day, I saw a coyote chasing my chickens in the front yard while I was in a meeting. To run out of the house, abruptly and chased the coyote out, but he killed another one of my chickens. So I lost 2 chickens in the last week. Been a rough week around here, and it was my favorite one, Dora.
Please tell me Renee is still there.
And Renee. Yeah,
No,
both Renee's gone.
Renee's gone?
I know.
Oh,
Renee's gone.
that one hurts me too, Todd.
She was the first.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't know that we had a tree knocked down our fence, but sad chicken stories. Renee
Todd,
and to Dora.
I'll say we're going to pour one out for Renee and Dora.
Yeah,
Please don't pour anything out.
Quickly, Todd, what's your, in 10 seconds or less, what's your beer in your shot?
My beer is the Rogue Brewing Gumbaroo. It's a West Coast IPA, and it is delicious. And I'm drinking that Crown Royal Peach.
Fantastic. We got a little Labatt's Blue Light on this side of the table and Blueberry Shandy, and we're doing Bird Dog Apple Whiskey. Cory?
Bud Light Hard Soda and Pink Whitney.
And shot glasses, courtesy a few weeks ago, or last week, was it?
Time is it's relative.
That Cory got us when he was on his honeymoon. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Cory.
Thank you, Cory.
Here's to Renee and
Dora.
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 God
Salute.
bless their chicken souls.
Can I make a recommendation?
These coyotes.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Can I make a recommendation for any new hatchlings that you may be brooding to let survive to replace Renee or
Renee.
Chicoria or whatever their names were? But could you please start using not just a first name, full names from different TV shows or movies that you enjoy?
You mean like Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
That's not a movie or a TV show that he would
It's a full
enjoy.
name, though.
That is a full name.
Yeah.
Could he, like Cliff Clavin?
I missed
Clifford Clavin.
Oh, you missed it. So I said, could you, any new hatchlings that you might be brooding to replace Renee, or any chickens that you may lose from hawks or eagles or helicopters in the backyard, could you full name them from different TV shows or movies that you enjoy?
Absolutely.
That would be amazing.
Todd, real quick, too. All I want is a yes or no answer. Did you know Renee's last name?
Yes.
All right.
Chicken. Renee Chicken.
All I wanted to know. Thank you, buddy.
I was thinking like Cluckenstein or some sort of.
Oh, no.
That's why I went with the yes or no, because I wasn't going to put all that out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Sorry.
Well done, Cory. Well done.
Cluckenstein. Oh, my God.
I'm like, real quick, I'm like, what is a Jewish chicken name? I think Cluckenstein is really the only thing I can come up with.
Renee Henderson.
Exactly.
Renee Henderson.
Well played. Well played. All right, kids, here we go.
Oh, it's the MF and Gentleman's Agreement. Oh, done.
Now, it's been a little while since we've done Gentleman's Agreement due to a number of factors, so I guess it's a triumphant return. In the previous couple of weeks, it's been pointed out to me that this might not be one of our most popular segments. But I got to say, personally, I love doing this segment.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Who are you hearing from? This is not the most popular segment.
I will not reveal names on this show. We can talk about that off air.
Lori.
Nope.
There's lots of folks.
It's not Lori.
Lots of folks.
Lori, I mean,
Lots of folks.
I think it's probably because she has a girlfriend status, but there's no negative review I'm going to get about anything we're doing.
Really?
Well,
I
was just thinking maybe it was something she was like, "Hey, Bob,
No, but I got that I heard that from somebody, and we could talk about it off air. But
from multiple people, and Mary says it all the time.
We can count on Mary to be our least biggest fan.
Yeah,
exactly. She keeps it.
But I say that
my thumbs down.
I say that just to throw my 2 cents in there to say that I love doing this segment, and until I don't, fuck all that noise.
I'll say
doing it.
Everyone I've heard from loves Gentleman's Agreement. That's like it's the number one segment I've heard of from all the people I know. Oh yeah, that's the best part of the show.
You know, Dr. Robert J. Rankin,
Esquire,
had told me that he kind of felt like a celebrity at your wedding because he had multiple people come up to him and tell him that they listened to our podcast.
it is by far. Oh, dude, that's the closest I've ever come to feeling like a celebrity at your wedding.
No, now I'm excited.
100%.
I did not know that.
Every time he told me,
People
he
that
was
said
so
that
excited.
they heard we had a podcast and that they either already listen or they're going to.
He's like, he kept coming up to me like very excited. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, blah, 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 blah. And for whatever reason at the time, I'm like, okay.
And I wasn't
Like, this
drunk
is-
either.
I'm
They
like-
kept taking my drinks.
I did not realize. Go ahead, Todd.
No, I was going to say I actually had someone and Bob was there. Someone came up and said, "Excuse me, your voice sounds really familiar. You're on the podcast," and I am. So I actually experienced that. But here in Seattle, it's amazing. The following year, people see me on the street. They know who I am. They know that the Schnozzcast is us, and so it's weird that the celebrity moved from here right to your wedding. It was awesome.
Todd, I feel like you were already a big deal prior to the Schnozzcast.
Yeah, 100%.
In Seattle.
Were you trying to take a picture of the inside of my ear?
It was a selfie.
Okay, got it.
Your ears are covered.
Well, you were so close. I felt like you were in between the headphone and my ear.
I really wanted to capture what
Giant nose
the
that
white
inspired the Schnozzcast.
the white hairs that are on the inside of your old man ears.
Nice.
the long white hairs.
Yeah.
So speaking of followers and listeners, we did get several while we were down in Siesta Key.
I told you, I'm like, keep selling that shit.
Met some people that are already subscribed, listening to it. They love it. And then the other day I stopped by a dispensary of sorts. Two people in there
You
actually.
just say dispensary.
Oh, I don't know.
They're illegal now.
I don't know. I was trying to
Exactly.
lighten it up.
What do they dispense? Cookies?
Advice?
Oh, a cookie
Biscuits?
dispensary. I would be at a cookie dispensary every single day of my life, sir.
Corey,
But yes,
you had said that you met a few people in Siesta Key that were already subscribed and liked the show.
no, that are now subscribed.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
no.
Jesus.
No, he
He
went on a recruiting jag. Yeah.
I would have gone crazy if that was the case.
Oh, I remember the new couple up north, so I don't doubt that you peddled your wares.
I did.
If I didn't get an immediate text from you, I'd be super mad.
Oh God, I you guys would have gotten personal calls.
Yeah.
But at the dispensary, also got two new subscribers and listeners.
Yeah, but how high were they when you
They
got
can't.
them?
They you can't be. It's against the law.
To be high in a dispensary?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
How can
so
they tell?
they can't sell you if they think you're hot, right?
No,
Or they can't work there.
the workers cannot be.
Oh, you recruited workers.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Well, a guy asked. He's like, so what's going on tonight? You know, we were waiting for someone to bring something out of the back, and I was like, oh, and I'm going home to cut the grass and all that. Just got off work, and I said, but my buddies and I are doing our podcast tonight. And he's like, what's the name?
That's a guy you know that's going to listen.
And I was like,
All he needs to know is the name.
well, what's the Schnozzcast? He's like, pulls out his phone, started typing. He's like, is this it?
Did he always spell it right the first time?
Oh yeah. And
Dude.
he's like, I'm going to listen. And then someone else was walking by and saw that and was like,
Did you say the Schnozzcast?
I wish.
I'm sorry, son. Did you say Schnozzcast?
Yes, I did.
Sir.
Another worker was like, wait a second, pulled it up, subscribed right away.
Holy
So
shit.
so this guy that you didn't previously know asked what was going on tonight. Did you have your ring on at the time?
I did.
You know,
That don't mean
some
none.
people look
Love
for
is love.
Corey.
Exactly, Todd. Some people look for married people to fuck around
Yes.
I
Yes.
put it on after I blew him.
Yeah.
with. You know, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I promise this is going to get back to podcast in a
Okay.
second.
Let's see how this goes.
I'm like, oh,
okay,
Jesus.
so
As soon as he said-
6 degrees of the podcast.
So Iron Man in 2008, 22 films later, those guys, you know, a lot of people joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they do, when you release a big huge movie like that, you have to do like a press tour. So they literally sit down for like days and days and days at a clip for like 30 minutes, you know, back to back to back to back for like 10 hours a day, just doing interviews about the movie, and these are people who maybe have never been in a movie that big, and you hear a lot about how it gets to be like a lot of work, and people are like, oh my God, people keep coming up to you like, some people like Robert Downey Jr. like can't go out to the grocery store anymore. And some of them like bitch about it, like, oh, I wish I had my anonymity back. And so when I hear stories like you're telling me from the dispensary today, or when I go through the experience at your wedding reception where it's the most famous I've ever felt, I go, I don't know what the fuck all these Marvel people are talking about. This is amazing.
I love this.
This is amazing, and I want more of it.
It's a little overwhelming for me.
It is.
How
Careful
awesome
what you
would it
wish
be
for.
if like you couldn't go to the grocery store? Like that's a problem that I wish I had now.
No, you don't.
Yes,
no, you don't.
I totally do. When it actually becomes a problem that I have, then I probably would go
then I
like,
won't
oh, I
like
wish
it.
yeah, right. But you always wish for shit you didn't have. So
Grass is always greener.
I don't know what those people are like. I'm so
Exactly.
famous. It's a
You'll
fucking
never be able to buy
annoyance.
that cream anymore, Bob.
What?
No. Then I'll be able to afford cream agents, cream assistants to go out and buy it.
I think
At that point, you call it creme.
yeah.
That is true.
I think Corey's whole life goal is to be like Bill Murray status, where he can just walk up to a happy couple and take a fry off their table, and they're like, "Oh my God, please take a picture with us."
What they'll do is objectively like, "Hey," and Cory will be like, "No one's ever going to believe you."
Yeah,
I took this fry off your plate
and
because I'm fucking Cory Selesky. That's how famous I am.
He's gonna go to some house parties and just make sure to do the dishes before he leaves.
Yeah, 100%.
I might have to try that.
All right, so we got to do this again because we've kind of come far afield. So.
Oh, it's the MF and Gentleman's Agreement. Oh, done.
Thanks to the graphic again, Cory. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I got to start off here with Todd because I assigned you this pick.
Yes,
You had to
sir.
Watch Barry, and we were just talking about it before the show.
Yes, sir.
So 30
Yes.
second synopsis.
Yes.
Tell me what you thought.
30-second synopsis. So this is a series, and it stars Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live. And Bill Hader is, if in your mind, he's a comedian. It's a comedy, and this is I'd call this a dramedy with very, very dry humor pieces to it. But essentially, Bill Hader is a hitman, murder for hire guy. No, I'm not going to give up any spoilers because I watched the first 2 episodes. Really, really liked it. But basically, it's I think that the thing I will say I'm going to give it a solid B and see where it goes, because it is hard not to laugh at Bill Hader just because you know him from Saturday Night Live, and that Saturday Night Live comes to him, even though he's very much a serious character in this show.
Outstanding, sir.
So,
Let's keep on going. I'm so glad that
Tell Todd so he knows.
No, I don't think I need to.
What do I got? Booger?
No, you're totally good.
Todd, you're good.
We're
You're
gonna move on to Cory. Cory, you had to watch Roman J. Israel Esquire.
I
From
did.
Todd, I think.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So Denzel, Colin Farrell, good solid cast. Dude, it's revolved around Denzel's character, Roman J. Esquire, being a lawyer that's kind of, I shouldn't say kind of, he's a very quirky, weird dude. And he stands up for the right reasons. He's trying to educate a community that doesn't see that. He's trying to link the past to the future and make the two worlds meet.
Hold on. What's the 30-second synopsis of the plot?
That's what I'm giving you.
Okay, sorry.
He's trying to make two worlds meet, but he has a very difficult time doing it. And
Which 2 worlds is he trying to make meet?
from his time to present day, with like so basically, he's looking at the world through his own eyes, and didn't really see or consider the youth of today.
Is he a time traveler?
No, it's just he's.
I would love to be a time traveler.
He's basically almost kind of stuck back in time in his views. If that makes any sense.
I'm
Yep.
not picking up on what you're throwing down.
All right. So
I'm trying to help you out too, Cory. And I'm like, it's hard to describe.
because I want people to watch the movie without giving it away.
Yeah, I don't want to. If you're doing a spoiler free, like
That's what
ignore
I'm trying to do.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
it's apparently not piecing together well.
That's okay.
He's a well-to-do guy and looks out for everyone, no matter what the cost, and that backfires on him a lot. But he continues on with that mission. He's dead set on the fact that he's going to do the right thing no matter what, even if it cost him X amount. And as a lawyer in the movie, he's not this fancy lawyer with all this money and all this and that. Like he's basically got nothing. He's doing pro bono jobs and all this and that, and just to keep himself out there and keep practicing. And it takes a turn to the point of you feel bad for him, and at the end of it, there's some decisions made that are pretty intense, and that to me, like that was the cultivating point of the movie that really kind of hit me, and it almost got a little emotional.
Is this the second week in a row that you've had emotional movies, or the second time that you've given a review? Because didn't you say last time that you shedded a couple tears?
Yeah. So yeah, this
That's TD again.
and
I'm on a roll.
TD.
And with then, and the crazy part is too, I think the best part, you're used to seeing Denzel in these hard characters and hard roles that, he's the badass. He
Has a hard quality.
Yeah. In this, it's the complete opposite. Like he's just a very vulnerable, out there kind of guy. But I think it definitely speaks a lot to our current day and age, and how people should view things and what people should do. That message is all throughout the movie. So that's why I want people to see it, to realize what the message is, and the world can get along. It's pretty easy, but not everyone thinks in that way. But Denzel's character, Roman J. Esquire, or Roman J. Israel Esquire, that's how he thinks, and he gives a lot for it.
Yep.
Okay.
So I great film. I definitely think everyone should watch it. And,
I was really interested in your review because this is one of the few Denzel films I have not seen.
I did not know Denzel was in it until I pulled it up and started watching it. And it's not his usual, by any means, not his usual.
I was on a roll.
It's an intense movie.
Take off like 10% there, bud.
Better patter.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'll jump in here. I had to watch Holy Hell from, and I know this was back like 3 weeks ago, from Cory. So Holy Hell is a documentary about a gentleman who was a documentary filmmaker who filmed this documentary as he lived it, as part of the what the hell was the name? The Buddha Field cult. He didn't know that it was a cult at first, but very clearly as you're watching the documentary, it started off as a in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was on the West Coast, California coast. People started to get together and talk about how they felt about life and being happy, what it took to achieve happiness, and they all sort of coalesced behind this guy named Michelle, who was a it's sort of in a shady background. The beginning of the documentary film didn't really focus on his background as much, but it was a very, the first 20 minutes of the documentary were very idyllic, and they showed these people, frolicking in the surf and generally coming to like a blissful state of awareness of their place in the universe. And they talked to the camera about how they felt like they were part of something that they'd never felt a part of before, and that it was sort of the answer to all their prayers. And I didn't know anything about this story. I knew nothing about it. I had never read about it, never heard about it. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone, because I would recommend that people see it, because it's kind of fucked up.
Oh, not kind of. It's very fucked up.
Yeah. And the story continues over a long period of time. And that's all I'll say. And the leader of what was very clear to me from the very beginning was a cult, undergoes some very serious changes in the documentary. And I spent the whole time watching it, Cory, honestly, trying to figure out how the fuck someone could fall for this.
Dude, I'm right there with you. Because the same thing, when it started out, these people were talking about how much they loved it and they felt a part of something.
How happy they were. Right.
And then to see that decline of where it went to, and these people finally realizing, like, holy shit.
No, well, not only that, but only some of them finally realizing it.
True. As a matter of fact, as far as we know, it is still continuing today.
Oh yeah, as far as we know.
Yes.
So I'm gonna cut it right there as a spoiler for your review. I feel like there isn't anything else I could say about it that's gonna ruin it, but I would recommend. I'll give it a Todd Dillon grade of a B+.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I think that's
What's it called again, Bob?
Holy Hell. And I think it's on. Oh, you know what? I think I found it on Freevee. I don't know if has anybody seen the new streaming service Freevee?
No, I have not.
Sounds like a pick of the week to me.
Nope.
Yeah, it's very similar to like a
Tubi?
Like a Tubi. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whereas Pluto TV is like live TV.
I'll say Pluto is live and
it's more like Tubi. Yeah. But I want to say it's affiliated with Amazon in some way. But yeah, just a quick search. Yeah. Oh, we got it on Freevee. I'm like, well, I'll download that free app. That's fine.
I'll take it.
All right. So we got to close it out with Nick Bader.
All right. 3 weeks in the making.
Yes.
Hank, you watched your movie?
I watched my movie. Bob was able to hand deliver a DVD for me to watch the movie. Ooh. And it didn't come without trials and tribulations.
That's what we call a message.
Classic media.
Yeah. It to be fair, Bob understands there's a lot of things I'm going through, family, work life, and it just it took a back seat. But I certainly wanted to watch it. And kind of a funny story that I was telling Bob earlier. I do have a Blu-ray player, and I came downstairs and I was very set to watch it. Put it in the Blu-ray player, and the play button, because I'm like, I don't know where the fucking remote is on this. The play button it said not supported on this disc. Could not play it from the actual Blu-ray player. I'm like, yeah, the title screen's up and everything. I'm like, fuck. So I had a universal remote upstairs, went and got it, found the instructions, programmed it, didn't have any of the codes. So it did take about 25 minutes, but it finally recognized the remote, and I was able to play it and watch it. So Silverado is a Western. Didn't know anything going into it. And of course, I don't research the movies, and I'm like, I don't know.
Isn't that what you want, Todd?
Yeah, going in cold. And
it is.
So
absolutely, I love it.
So it started with, the main character for the most part being Danny Glover, and I'm like, oh man, anything I've seen Danny Glover in, like, it's not that he's a bad actor, but he was kind of typecast, like all the Lethal Weapons and stuff, and he kind of plays this same personality. And I will say that he brought me back. He reeled me in because he did a fantastic job, and it showed the multi-tiered aspect of his acting abilities, because he was not the slapstick Danny Glover that you see in those kind of movies. He was a great actor, and you really felt for him back in the times, and because he's a black man, in the Old West, and so of course they had to touch on that, and they did, and you felt for him, and it was nice to see how the movie panned out. And if you like Westerns and you haven't seen the movie, I would definitely suggest going into it. I do the same. I try not to give a lot of spoilers. But the second little Easter egg for me, which was, as far as I was concerned, very late in the movie, because I really didn't recognize too many other actors. But Kevin Costner showed up. And I'm like, wait, Kevin Costner is like a supporting actor in this movie? Like, everything you see, Kevin Costner is the lead, and he certainly wasn't in this movie. And he almost did the opposite. Kevin Costner in this movie was kind of a goofy jackass, and which was hysterical because I've never seen him in that role,
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, dude, I love Kevin Costner. Like, I'm the kind of person that, since you guys are really broadening my horizons with movies, like, I don't have a lot of correlations with, he was in The Young and the Beautiful, and he was in this, and he was in that. He played that. Like, I don't put those things together, but I just know in its infancy, I know that, okay, if I see there's certain actors, if I see this is going to be a good fucking movie, and I know we all have that, and I know I couldn't put my finger on it, and I'm sure there's a million of them. But with Kevin Costner, I know I like movies he's in, and it's really something I should probably seek out. I should probably seek out more Kevin Costner movies because I enjoy what he does.
I'll try to.
Yeah, add that to the repertoire.
I just don't know how many Kevin Costner films you've seen.
I think you do.
Probably that's not the only one.
Probably not a lot.
No,
I've seen him in other things.
Only one.
Yeah, if you were to tell me, like, probably some of his popular stuff I've seen, but
okay.
But I know I've seen. And I know he's got that recognizable face, and when I see him, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good.
Can I tell you though, the reason why he's in this movie is because the guy who wrote the movie also wrote it's a movie called The Big Chill. The Big Chill was a big movie that brought together like a lot of major stars of the day, and Kevin Costner was supposed to have a starring role in this movie, and it's got an iconic soundtrack. It's meant to be like a sort of I guess it would be like a baby boomer type of a film where these people who were idealist, radicals in the 60s, now it's the 80s, and they're all grown adults now, and they all get together because one of their friends died, and that's the reason for the reunion and it was The Big Chill. Mm-hmm. The guy who got the starring role was Kevin Costner, but because he died, he had no screen time, and the guy vowed, he's like, you know what, I'm writing something, I got your back.
In my next movie, you're going to be in it.
Yeah, and then it was Silverado.
Nice. So the other thing that I recognized that really, and I didn't want to cheat and I didn't want to look it up, and I still don't know, but I wanted to pick Bob's brain. The extremely short, very recognizable female bartender.
Yeah.
I know I've seen her in something very memorable.
She's in a bunch of other things.
For the life of me, I couldn't remember who she was, and I couldn't remember what I saw her in, but I know that I really liked her as an actress.
A little person.
Yeah. But she's not. She's not like a dwarf. She's just very short.
She's a midget or a dwarf.
You don't have to be a...
So
you don't have to be a... You can...
Okay,
I think dwarves and little people are his name.
But she's very short, but she doesn't have
right,
like...
Todd. That's right, Todd.
She doesn't have the qualities, like stubby legs and stubby arms and stuff like that. Like she just... I mean, I couldn't see because she was wearing a long dress, but maybe she does.
She does.
Okay,
she does. But anyhow, she's a hell of an actress.
I see her face is... I know I've seen something she's done and I've loved it. What
Gosh,
was something popular you think she was in?
We'll have to talk after
later.
the show about 'cause that's a great question. I can't tell you, but yeah, she's been in a bunch of
And
shit.
do you
that
remember her
was in.
name or no? Not off
Not off the
your
top of my head. No.
But anyhow, it was a fantastic.
I want to
movie.
say she might have won a Best Supporting Actress.
I'm
If
sure.
not for that role, then for another one. But she's definitely.
I'm sure she's won a lot of. She does a
Yeah,
fantastic
she's
job.
a great job. Yeah.
And they don't.
I know I've seen the movie. I got to rewatch it now. And I got to rewatch it.
And they
I
don't
know
ig-
I've seen it though.
They don't
I'm
ignore
thinking
it.
the same thing, Todd.
They don't ignore it in the movie. She's talking to.
Yeah.
So who's the main actor? Because I didn't recognize him.
The guy who came into town, Payton.
Yeah,
That's Kevin Kline.
I don't know who that is.
Have you ever seen? Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead. but he's
Barking up the wrong tree.
But he's
What did you think of him?
he's
Yeah,
did a
exactly.
great, he did a great
Exactly.
job. He's talking to her.
Yeah.
And she's so much visibly shorter than him.
Yes.
And he's like, who runs this place? And she's like, I run this place, and it's a saloon.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? And she's like, yeah. And she walks behind the bar, and she basically she starts getting taller to where they're eye to eye behind the bar. And he looks down, and there's like a little lip behind the bar with a ramp that she walks up and stands. And he's like, well, that's handy. And it's the two of them kind of had. I don't know if it was necessarily a love interest, but they hit it off right away.
No, there wasn't a lot of love interest type stuff going in that movie.
But he instantly felt a kinship towards her.
Yeah.
And I really liked her character. But in this movie, the sheriff's department, which in a lot of westerns it's either one way or the other.
Right.
They're either the fucking hero or they're the villain. And this one not only
Zero.
not only was the sheriff the villain, but all his deputies were villains too. So it was interesting.
The tough part about this movie, and there's no way you could have known this, but the sheriff of the town of Silverado is Brian Dennehy. And back in the day, Brian Dennehy was a heroic figure. He's a big barrel-chested Chris Farley guy who everybody loved, and he couldn't help but being just affable and like your best friend on screen. Like you couldn't take your eyes off him. This guy had like charisma up the ass. And then they cast him in this movie where he was clearly the bad guy. And so it made for one of those experiences where you're like, I don't know whether to feel like I should be afraid of this guy or not. So at the time when it premiered, he was it added to that sort of nebulous feeling about whether or not Payton, Kevin Kline's character, and Brian Dennehy's sheriff were really gonna
if they're
patch shit up,
were they going to be friends
or going to be enemies?
Yeah, or were they going to be antagonists? And that's I think the beauty of the movie, because it went against every typecast that you could think of with all these different actors.
Yeah.
And which was great because it scratched me right where I itched in that capacity.
What's the matter, Todd?
So yeah, great.
Now I got to
job.
watch this again.
Yeah, so great job, great pick.
I might watch it again too. I just got my disc bag from Nick, and I think I might watch it this week.
You're never gonna go wrong with a Western for me, but I wanted to be as in depth as possible to let you know that I certainly don't blanket a Western it's just a great show because it's a Western. Like I took away a lot, and it was very interesting, and it kept me on the edge of my seat, and I loved it. I really enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate that because part of my enjoyment of Gentleman's Agreement, even if I don't assign you the movie, whoever does, it doesn't have to be me, but I know it's going to be a movie that you've never seen before. And you having watched so few movies, like I look forward to your reviews because you're either going to hate it or you're gonna love it. And if you love it, like I want to hear why you loved it. I want to hear from someone who like clearly, like I'm not going to surprise Cory with going like, oh, Cory watched Silverado. Cory's already fucking seen Silverado.
No, and he hasn't. Has he?
Todd's already seen Silverado.
No, you have. No, he hasn't.
Well, okay. This
Cory
might have been
doesn't
one of the
watch
few
Westerns,
movies that Cory has not seen before.
I don't think he's a Western dude.
But yeah, I want to, I mean, my fucking list for you is filled with shit that most people have already seen, but I know you haven't. And, you know, the first time viewing review of that is something I look forward to.
Well, I'm sure you live vicariously through it, you know, like anyone else would. But
yeah. Yeah.
Well, as I can say, I think each of you is that for me. So ultimately, like I said, with Nick, it's an open palette. It's like I like going in different directions and taking chances because he hasn't seen a lot of things. With Bob, it's like a challenge because I know you've seen so much. It's like getting something that you'll we get together or not. So Cory, he's actually if it's too far off the beaten path, he's not going to bite. So, yeah, like I for me, I love the challenge of each one of you. So I do love this segment, even though people said they hated it.
Dude, and I'll just say this, like, and I think, I've been told from psychics and things like that, and it perfectly made sense to me at the time that, I have an older soul, and however you want to take that. But I certainly agree that with Westerns, I don't know what it is. I'm just, liking country music, I don't believe has anything to do with it, but I am, for that moment in time, like, transported. I really am. Like, other movies I enjoy, but, dude, I have watched McClintock like 6 times since you assigned it to me. All of a sudden, I'm like, I don't feel like I need to pick anything. I'm just going to make a drink and go downstairs and watch McClintock. And I know exactly what's going to fucking happen, but I am so happy just sitting and watching this movie.
I don't know, buddy, with the look of all those cowboy hats over there.
But
I think I know where you like Westerns from.
Where?
Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
No.
You've never seen Blazing Saddles?
Dude.
Why do you guys do that every
Going
time?
back to the list.
For some reason, it is always shocking. I don't know why.
You guys are always blown away.
B-L-A-Z-I-G.
Corey, you're the one that's usually like, really, Bob? Really?
I know. But Blazing, yeah, you caught me off guard.
You
with
fell
that
right into you fell right into it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those movies you're like, there's no one on the earth that hasn't seen that before. Yes, there is. Yeah.
But I just wanted to project that I thoroughly enjoy them. Like,
I'm really happy that you like this movie.
Yeah. I'm going to have to purchase it digitally.
It's totally worth it. I'm sure I've watched that movie probably like 3 dozen times.
$7.99 to purchase, and I'm like, yeah, I think I need to do this.
I know that I've seen it. I'm going to watch it. I'm almost positive I've seen it, but I got to take a look.
Okay. All right, new assignments for next time. Well, that can't happen. Hold on a second. Well, apparently, when you run this
Cory can't have me.
algorithm, well, you can't have yourself.
How does that work? You've never had yourself.
Because it's a random formula. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Great algorithm.
Bob has Bob. Nick has Nick.
I have Nick. Cory has Todd. Todd has me. Nick's got Cory.
Damn it.
Damn, boy.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Todd, I got you already, buddy. You're watching Shoresy.
Okay.
He hasn't even finished Letterkenny yet. Why don't you give him Letterkenny?
Shoresy's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Whole nother animal.
Yes.
So Shoresy, he's got Shoresy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Have you finished it, Cory?
Oh, yeah. I watched it all in one night.
We'll have to talk offline about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me just start the process. Let me just, because he's gonna say
Yeah,
yes.
no, this is going to be it. Right. Continue over the next 10 minutes.
Cory, have you seen Hannah?
The movie or the TV
It's
show?
a series.
So it's a TV show.
On Netflix? No, I have not.
Nope, it's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay. I can see the title screen in my head for some reason, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. Someone outside the show assigned it to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't fucking have time to start something new. And now I've blown through like 7 episodes. Like, yeah, it's fucking
all right.
good. Yeah.
Did you know that was based on a movie?
No.
Yeah, there's a movie.
Have you seen the series?
No, I've watched the movie though.
Okay.
So if
Are
you
the
love
same
the series,
characters?
Same. Well, I've never seen
Actors
the
or
series, so I
anything?
can't really say. Not the same actors.
So guess what?
Yeah.
Way back when I assigned you guys, like in the infancy of the podcast, when I assigned that show that only had 3 seasons, remember it was like something murder. It was like, no. It was a series. It was not. Remember about remember about the female cop?
Yeah, Todd.
The female cop that was trying to solve the killing of this girl.
Oh, in like Sweden?
No, it wasn't in Sweden, but it was in Seattle. And the whole show was about trying to find this girl that had been killed.
Okay.
And
she was supposed to be leaving town. She was quitting to move somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to sign that.
Yes. And remember her assistant, like the deputy or whatever, played like this like white trashy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bob said, "Oh, that's so-and-so. He's actually a great actor."
Mm-hmm.
And I can't for the life of me, maybe Bob, you can type it into this, like just the word from the beginning, just look from the beginning what Todd was assigned. And
Todd was assigned.
Yes. Okay. And it was something on Netflix. And I remember I was so pissed off because I loved this series and I didn't know where they were going to, because it was so fixated on this girl's murder in the first season. I'm like, I don't know where they're going to fucking go after this.
What do you want to know? You want to know?
I want to know the title. Yeah.
Of the show?
Yeah. Let me just take a peek here.
Hurricane Strip. Night Stalker, The Hunt for a Serial Killer. Sunshine Hotel. The Keepers. 13 Reasons Why. The 100. Who Killed Sarah? How to Make Money Dealing Drugs. I Am Mother.
Who Killed Sarah? Who killed
Sarah?
Sarah?
No, that's not it. No, it's not it.
No? I Am Mother. No. Monsters of Man. Sweet Tooth. That's not it.
No.
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh,
Really?
Really?
Start at the beginning again. Yeah.
The beginning is going back to like December of 2020.
So was it?
No. I'm saying start with most recent. I had Barry. It's in the last month and a half.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
The Killing.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, it was.
That's
you're
the
right.
show
Todd.
in fucking Sweden. You assigned that to me.
It's
not Sweden.
No, it's not.
It's in Seattle.
Denmark.
It's actually in
Denmark,
Seattle.
then.
It's not Denmark.
Seattle.
It's in Seattle.
Bob.
It's
what
in
am I thinking
Seattle.
of then?
Bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's in
you know
Seattle.
what? You know why? It may be in Seattle, but it's based on a show from fucking Sweden. Yeah, because Joel Kinnaman is in it, and he's fucking Swedish.
So guess what?
What's that, Nick?
This series, Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
These are the two leads.
Okay.
The two leads are the two leads from The Killing.
Okay. Well, I really like them as actors.
Yes.
So.
And I was blown away because I've never seen her in anything else, and I thought she did an amazing job.
Look, I'm going to be watching my shit here, but if you're keeping a list, you can always assign Hannah the series to me.
Yeah.
And I would assign Hannah the movie to you.
And guess what? He plays a German guy in this movie and sounds German as fuck, which why I didn't know.
Bob, you ever seen Hannah on Prime?
No, because no, there's a lot of shit I haven't seen.
Really? Well, fuck. I have you. That's what you're getting.
Oh, fuck me.
Way to take away the one thing I could give to Bob, Todd. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's an
You're
homage.
welcome.
It's an homage because it obviously means that I picked something good.
That's fair.
You
That's
did.
fair. All right.
So you have seen it, Todd.
I fucking hope so. You can't
Yeah.
assign me some shit you haven't watched.
So yeah. So what do you think, Todd? Great.
I don't know. I'm in.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I think it's really good.
You better have fucking watched
Every
this
now and
thing.
again. Every now. No, I absolutely. I'm actually season 3 or whatever.
Or whatever.
And to see the two of them on
I'm-
screen
yeah.
again I was so excited.
Yeah.
Once I finally realized it was them because they were so deep in character that I had no idea that that's who that was.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
This is great. I love how this was
I
worked
like it.
out.
The
I like
first time that two people have been assigned the same thing on a podcast episode.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. All right. I can't do another Western, dude. I gotta mix it up.
Okay.
So,
I actually like that because it's like picking a scab. It's like as much as I want to see another Western, I want you to space it out so I don't like blow through all these Westerns. I do.
yeah, I have other Westerns in here in this list, but I'm gonna hold off. So, have you seen
Come on.
Jaws?
Yeah.
You have.
Yes.
All right. For whatever reason, it's in my list.
For whatever reason, it's because it's a movie. So that means Nick probably hasn't seen it.
That's true. Yeah, you really could just rifle down through all popular movies, and
Yeah.
there's a good chance I haven't seen them.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen?
Oh, it feels nice to say yes, I've seen something.
Yeah. Well, don't get used to that. But
No, I'm not. I think I only said it once.
have you seen The Breakfast Club.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Well, that's what you got.
I'll
be dropping it off on your doorstep this week.
All right.
That opens some other doors too.
Oh, there's tons of doors.
Ooh.
Fast Times.
That's in my list already.
I don't know.
But feel free.
I don't
if you get
know.
'em. Yeah.
Todd's on the fence because he thinks it might be too cheesy and
I don't know.
Well, hold on, Todd. I hear what you're saying, and I get it, but I'm willing to take that risk because The Breakfast Club is a classic film. It stands the test of time, and I can tell you that I've watched it. I've watched it from start to finish in the last 3 years, and it absolutely holds up.
Yeah, but you'd probably say the same thing about Caddyshack.
No, there's a lot of. I did, but
Yeah.
I also like sports, and you don't. So that's why.
It wasn't. I mean, I don't.
There's other movies. There's other movies I've seen that don't hold up.
I don't glaze. My eyes don't glaze over if I'm watching like a golf centric movie because it's sports.
Well,
if it was a football movie,
they?
If it was no, because I don't really think of it. I mean, golf is more social, than. I mean, I understand it's a sport, but to me, it's not that immediate like page turner. If it was a football movie, I'd be like, what the fuck? Because it'd be really, really difficult for me to get on board with football.
So remember the Titans? The blind side?
No.
The blind side, those are off the table. Exactly.
Any given Sunday?
No.
Exactly.
Please don't give me football movies.
North Dallas 40.
Brian's song.
No. Brian's song.
But then again,
I wouldn't call Brian's song a football movie.
But then again, I absolutely adored Field of Dreams. So
there you go.
Well, that's not a football movie.
I understand that, but it's a very sports movie.
It's a baseball movie.
And I enjoyed the documentaries on the hockey documentaries that Cory gave me and the wrestling ones.
The Longest Yard and The Replacements. Those are my last two. I'm out.
No.
Of course, yeah.
Fucking don't give me Rudy or fucking Mighty.
Rudy's another one.
Or the Mighty fucking Ducks or some shit.
Mighty Ducks is hockey, dude. It's not football.
I understand that.
I don't think you do. You're just rattling off movie names?
No, I'm rattling off sports movie names.
Oh, okay. All right, well, you're lucky you didn't get Shoresy then. You got The Breakfast Club, and I stand by that pick. I think it's going to be...
I think riding the coattails of the new resurgence of, the 80s making a comeback, I think you might just get me to round that corner.
This is the razor's edge.
That's a great point. I might be getting a little bump by Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
But I maintain that Stranger Things or no Stranger Things, this movie withstands the test of time.
Okay.
This is the razor's edge.
I know Todd's telling me I'm insane. It's the razor's nutty
edge.
Move.
No, I'm not. This is a gutsy move. I love it.
But
all right.
I liked what the fuck was it called? Fucking Stifler's Day Out or whatever.
Shining Time Station.
No, fucking
American Pie.
No, what was
that is American Pie. Stifler's Day Out.
Someone's Day Out. What the fuck was it?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes. Jesus Christ. I like that. So like college-y 80s movies I kind of liked. And I liked Teen Wolf or whatever you gave me. What the fuck was it? Oh, Wolf of London or whatever the hell it was.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. No. The Werewolf of London.
Yeah. American Werewolf.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
That could not be a different movie than any of the other shit
I've never seen this movie, but they were 80s movies.
That's the only thing they have in common is movies you haven't seen. Otherwise, they're completely different types of movies.
No, because I saw the Werewolf of London because you gave it to me.
Yeah.
And even though I could see where I'd be like, where you might think that like I thought it was cheesy, but I actually enjoyed that. And the Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I saw that, and I could see where that would be an 80s movie that I'd be like, I couldn't get on board with, but I did like it. And so I think that there might be, I don't know anything about this movie, but I know it's iconic.
Based on that, I think it's the razor's edge. I think you're going to love it or hate it. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground.
I'll tell you right now, if it's cheesy slapstick 80s comedy, then I'm not going to like it.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
You'll be all right then.
So I'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing I'm going to say to you. Don't judge the movie by the first 5 minutes, the first 10 minutes. Like, take the ride.
Don't judge the movie by the first hour and a half.
No, take the ride and then look back at it as a whole.
I will. And also, I do follow Pauly Shore on Facebook, and he's been posting that he's trying to get a Biodome 2, Cory.
I'm all for it.
I'm sure you are.
I'd love nothing more.
I'm not sure why he hasn't contacted you. You might be his biggest supporter.
I could be. I could be in the movie.
But he actually did. He had artwork done for it and everything. And he's like, who else wants to see me and whoever that other actor is? And
One of the Baldwins.
he tagged him. Yeah, it was like Stephen Baldwin or something. Yeah. He's like, who else wants to see me and Stephen Baldwin do this? So I don't know if
Stephen Baldwin's still doing films.
No, that's why he was tagging him, asking.
No.
So yeah, I don't know why those two actors who haven't been in something in a very long time wouldn't just jump at that opportunity, but they probably don't have anyone that wants to do the movie for them. So
probably not.
All right, can we close this out with an existential question?
Certainly.
All right. Whoa, I don't know what just happened, but I hit some sort of screen that I've never seen before, and that.
Oh, fantastic!
Here we go.
Well, at least it's recording.
Shut the fuck up. If you knew how many times I'd actually needed Cory to help me because I forgot to do that, you'd probably be a little disturbed.
I don't.
You're better off not knowing.
If only I was on the show. So, for this week's installment of Nick's Existential Question of the Week, we're going to go a little out there, probably a little bit out of Cory's comfort zone, but I still implore him to attempt at an answer to this. So,
what does that mean? Don't blow it off like you're thinking about doing. Actually, try to put an answer
because
together.
I don't think it would almost be like asking me something about sports, but I still think he may have an answer for this. So, if you were to inhabit, Todd, I hope you're listening. If you were to inhabit the world of any video or computer game, which one would you select and why? So, before there's a follow-up question, if you were to inhabit the world of any video or computer game, which one would you select and why?
Before there's a follow-up question, let me say it again.
Yeah, well, because, he's just going to say, can you repeat the question?
Do you think that's going to stop him from saying that now? He's not going to want you to repeat it?
He's going to say, well, by world. So by world, what do you mean? Like the video game world? Or like another planet?
Is that your Todd?
Yeah.
I love it.
I have to inhale smoke before I do the Todd voice.
Yes. Right. Suck on the vape, and that gives you the Todd voice.
Just so you know, could you repeat the question?
Motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill.
Well, listen. At the end of the day, what kind of video game is this? So I can go. I can get the ball rolling. I'll start it.
Yes.
I'll start off right now. I would have a lot because I've always been a video game kid at heart. Not so much PC games anymore. I don't have a PC, but certainly when I was younger. But I've always had a console. Like every couple Christmases, I get whatever, comes out. And I don't do it as often enough, but I would say that what probably comes to mind for me would be the what the hell, I had it at the beginning of the show. It's the Skyrim.
Hey, this took so long, Nick.
Yeah. Wow, sorry.
I was going to say, could you repeat the question?
I knew it. So if you had to inhabit the world of any video,
so damn long.
If you had to inhabit the world of any computer game or video game, which one would you pick and why?
I forgot I was on a podcast.
Yeah. Where am I? But so I would pick The Elder Scrolls of Oblivion, which is a game that's very...
That's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, The Elder Scrolls of Oblivion, because it was like, it's a very, for a console, it's a very open world RPG kind of game, but you can pretty much play the whole game. You can play it. It's not an online thing. It's not like you're, walking around as this character with crazy attributes talking to other people online.
Sure.
Like it's a game that you can play by yourself, but there are all these interactive NPCs, and it's just so cool because it's kind of the Grand Theft Auto feel where it's open world. There's no once you go on beyond this tree line, you run into this invisible wall. Like you can just, if you want to go through the trees, you can go through the trees. And everything is interactive within this game, like from plants to anything. And it's very nerdy in the sense that it's wizards and knights in shining armor. And
you don't have to explain how nerdy it is. I think we all
and magic and monsters and things like that. And as it may be extremely,
all I needed to hear was the Elder Scrolls of Oblivion.
Yeah, and
you had me at nerdy.
At as much as it would probably be scary, because there's a lot of fucking scary monsters in this fucking game, and I don't know if I want to live in that kind of life. The fact of having the ability to potentially have magical powers and being in those sort of knight in shining armor days, I think would be amazing. So that's what I pick.
The Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls of Oblivion.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you top that?
I'll tell you how you top that. Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude,
Really?
you freaking, oh my goodness. I'm glad I got my fucking backup. That was the
my
first
God.
one I was going to think. You fucker.
Yes.
You fuck.
I don't think I need to say anything else, fellas.
Funny.
Wow.
Corey, what do you got?
We just stay there too.
But I love that you thought of that first because you're the oldest. Corey, go ahead.
I'm kind of in a toss up between Duke Nukem and James Bond 007.
Oh, you got to say Goldeneye.
Goldeneye. Oh, of course, Goldeneye.
That's the only if I had to associate a video game with you at all, it's Goldeneye.
Oh, it's an amazing game.
Duke Nukem was also pretty fantastic.
Are you all out of bubble gum?
That's actually why I picked it, because when you drop down that shaft, time to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
That's not
All out of gum.
And I'm all out of gum.
That's from Duke Nukem.
Yeah, that was
no.
Duke.
That's from Rowdy Piper.
But Duke Nukem says it in the game.
They ripped it off from Rowdy Piper.
Well, I know it from Duke Nukem.
Motherfuckers. All right.
Then I guess I'll go with Goldeneye.
No, you can still. No, I'm not
No.
trying to talk you out of it.
No, they're pretty similar. They're both first shooter games and all that.
And
So
wasn't Duke Nukem very similar to Doom?
I think it came before Doom, though, didn't it?
yes.
That was one of the few games that Doom and Duke Nukem were kind of some of the few first computer games that I got into that were almost like edge of your seat. This could be scary when you play it sometimes. When I was younger, like, because
Yeah.
you'd come around the corner and there'd be
Monster,
it'd
yeah.
be like, shit.
But I think the one part about Duke Nukem was that Mikey Guido and I would play it on his dad's PC.
Oh, dude.
And we figured out how to get the strippers to take their tops off.
Duke Nukem?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you got to pick that one.
And I think that was one of the other big things that stuck out to me about that video game.
That was the first time, at least for me, that you could play remotely. You could play, as long as you had like an IP address or whatever, you could play your friends in like a party mode.
On a LAN party.
Yeah.
Yeah, LAN party games, that was the big. I feel like at the same time while I was playing Doom, you were also playing Doom. But you were playing it at your house or at Mikey's house?
Yeah, and we didn't have internet connection, so.
And I was like 3 blocks away playing it at National Tech Team after hours when I had stopped
I was playing it at home. I was playing Doom at home with all my idiot friends. But we also would have pizza parties where my friends would come over and I'd be like, Mom, can you buy us pizza?
Yeah.
And like the 4 of us would get together and like hook 4 TVs up and we would play Goldeneye to where you couldn't see the other person's TV. And you could play like the 4-player mode.
I never played a GoldenEye, but I would come over to Cory's house and I would see him and his dad playing it, and I was always astounded by the graphics.
Oh, we thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Which
But
now
it was
you
an
look
Xbox
at,
thing, and I
they're
was
so
always a
boxy.
PlayStation guy.
That was N64.
N64, yeah.
N64, yeah, I never-
64-bit.
Never had it.
Terrible graphics. Now looking
But
back
at the
on it.
time,
They were so blocky. Like
at the time, it was amazing.
they had such a they took a leap with that game because, and I read something about it that said that they weren't going to make it or something like that, but they took such a leap they put a lot of AI into that game. And I think for me, it was the coolest, and I got to stop saying for me, but it was the coolest fucking thing because the guards when you would sneak up on the guards, they weren't like a blocky guard just standing. Like, if you watched them long enough, they would take their foot and itch the back of their leg, you know, or they'd go like this and scratch their back. So it brought this level of intelligence to these computer players and these computer characters. And so, I mean, at the time, it felt very real. You were like,
and if you stood behind them long enough, it wasn't like they were never going to turn around. Eventually, they would turn around and actually do some sort of act. Yeah.
Yeah. Todd, I feel horrible that I stole Leisure Suit Larry from you.
But it's okay. I'm going to rebound unless you make me pick a specific one. But
how about Jones? How about Jones in the fast lane?
Grand Theft Auto franchise.
Oh man,
that was my number 2, dude. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It would have been my number 3 because Doom's the game that I think I've played for the most amount of years over the most amount of versions. But GTA is a solid pick, Todd.
Thank you.
Are you going with any particular iteration of it?
I haven't played them all. See, I've fell behind. I think my last one is San Andreas.
God damn.
Was that number 4?
It was 4 or 5.
How many have there been?
Now, I think 17.
Yeah, exactly. There's a shit ton of them.
They come out with a new one every single year now. Yeah, San Andreas, that was what, like 2005?
Well, Todd's been building his empire since then, so give him a little bit, bit of leeway.
Like I said, I'm just saying that was since he stole Leisure Suit Larry, that was my number 2 pick.
You guys, we were not allowed to play Leisure Suit Larry. My mom,
I know, that's why I loved it.
My mom said that it was too graphic. We weren't allowed to play it.
Yeah, Todd, those waterfalls and helicopters don't build themselves. It takes years and years.
Got to steal them from other people, and
Todd's life is like it's like a Falcon Crest series to get
game recognized game.
So, why don't you just tell the people that probably have no clue what you guys are talking about? I know you said you just wanted
Falcon Crest.
No, I know you just wanted to leave it there, but what Leisure Suit Larry was about?
I don't want to. No,
Come on.
We're not going to do that.
Okay.
We're not going to do that.
Look it up if you're interested.
Yes. Google it. I wonder if you could find it.
Google it.
I'm sure
I just found this one now. Yeah.
Yeah, hey kids, if you're looking for a new game.
Yeah.
Get ready for the Schnozzcast. Leisure Suit Larry. That's where you want to put all your money.
Now the shocker line's blowing up with all these parents calling in saying,
"What the fuck?"
Yeah, I don't know
I just got him out of therapy, and the next thing I know,
you got him playing Leisure fucking Suit Larry.
This is supposed to be wholesome.
Supposed to be. That's the key words. All right, parting thoughts, gentlemen, before we
just quick
wrap this up. Yes, sir. Oh, that's the other thing, Cory. Just from Shorzy, just from him going start with yes.
Yes, dude. I
have been dying to talk to you about this for weeks.
I have too.
We're gonna go upstairs and talk about it when the show's over. But
I love the asking a question, huh?
Yeah. And the fact that they outlined it in the first episode, he did it every episode without fail, multiple times per episode.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah,
huh?
And that fucking parrot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who got Shorzy? Todd did.
I did.
Todd,
I did.
You are gonna fucking love it.
You'll blow through all 6 episodes, no problem.
Yeah. In fact, when you realize that this is the greatest show I've ever been assigned, you owe Cory a phone call.
Got it. You got
Fair
it.
enough.
Fair enough. Although I got to watch Silverado now. I don't know what I'm going to watch first.
I'll have to
Silverado.
Look up on Just Watch to see where Silverado can be streamed. I don't recall seeing it anywhere.
No, you can. It's a rental. I instantly
but so not for free.
No, it's like $3.99.
All right,
or $7.99 to purchase.
You know what? If you were gonna, it's worth $8.
Yeah, it is.
I have 8 billion DVDs or whatever.
It's got to be downstairs somewhere. Todd, do you alphabetize your collection?
I'm talking about nerding out.
I do. So I'm gonna take a look.
See, easy to find that, buddy. Fist bump.
Easy find.
All right, let's close it out with a shot.
We're going to close it out with a shot. Todd, you want one more before Mary gets home and you go back to that spatchcock chicken in the kitchen?
One mo.
One mo.
One mo.
All right. to the newlyweds.
I
Absolutely.
had a great rhyme line that was going to get me in big trouble.
Oh, let's hear it.
If it's going to get him in trouble, he's not going to
What?
say it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
She doesn't listen to the show.
Look, I almost did it, Corey, too.
This
I'm
is
like,
a safe. This is a
You're
safe
welcome,
space,
Todd.
Todd. It's a safe space. You can say whatever you want.
Thank-
While we are on the internet, no one listens. And
Since it's a safe
happy
space,
bir-
what's
happy belated birthday to my wife yesterday.
happy birthday, Mary.
Happy birthday.
cheers?
Salute.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope, done. Yeah, no, it wasn't necessary.
All right.
Sweet Machu Picchu.
All right, fellas.
That crown peach is damn good. That
It
crown
is.
peach is damn good.
On behalf of Todd and his Crown Peach and Nick and Corey, this is Bob saying we'll see you next weekend.
No way, no how do we support Crown or Crown Peach.
Sure you do.